All right, let's get right into it. Over in Southeast Asia, something truly unprecedented is happening. Singapore is building something on a scale that's hard to even wrap your head around. They are literally creating new land out of the sea to build what is set to become the world's most advanced shipping hub. And that brings us to the big question, right? Why is one of the smallest countries on the planet building a port so massive you can actually see it from space? This isn't just a construction project, it's a plan to redefine the very flow of global trade. Okay, to really get a sense of the scale here, let's just talk numbers. When it's all done, the Tuas Mega Port is going to be able to handle 65 million standard shipping containers every single year. I mean, that number just blows almost every other port on the planet out of the water.
And what's the price tag for this kind of ambition? We're talking over $20 billion. When you see a number like that, you know just how critically important this project is to Singapore's entire future.
So let's get into the how. I mean, how on earth do you build a port of this magnitude on land that, didn't even exist a decade ago? Well, at its core, this is a mega project that's going to take 2 full decades to complete. It covers over 1,300 hectares. But the real headline here, the thing that makes it so different, is that it's going to be run almost completely by automated systems. But to really get why Singapore is betting its entire future on this port, you have to understand its obsession with the sea. For a tiny island nation with basically no natural resources, mastering the ocean has never been a choice. It's always been about survival. I mean, its whole history is a maritime history. It all started as a British trading post back in 1819. Then boom, the Suez Canal opens in 1869, and suddenly Singapore is one of the most critical shipping stops in the world. After it gained independence in 1965, trade was the only path forward. And that relentless focus, it paid off. By the 1980s, it was the busiest port on Earth. And that legacy is alive and well today. The amount of traffic is just staggering. Think about it. A ship passes through its waters every 4 minutes. It's this incredible hub connecting to over 600 ports across the globe. But all that success created a new problem. They were literally running out of room. So that brings us back to the big engineering challenge. How do you build on water? Well, you do it with a monumental, carefully constructed plan, one that's broken down into 4 distinct phases. Okay, so phase 1, which is actually already complete, involved reclaiming over 400 hectares of land from the sea. Phase 2 is happening right now, adding almost another 400. And then the final phases, which will take us all the way to 2040, are about finishing the whole thing, expanding to a massive 66 berths, and crucially rolling out that full-scale automation across the entire facility. This chart really puts the future dominance of this port into perspective. At 65 million TEUs, that stands for 20-foot equivalent units, a standard for containers, Tuas will just tower over the capacity of today's busiest port, Shanghai. It's not even close.
And if you're still trying to picture just how huge this thing is, check this out. The total area of the Tuas Mega Port will be roughly the same size as Los Angeles International Airport. Yeah, this isn't just a port. It's basically a city that's completely dedicated to logistics.
But here's the thing. It's not just about being bigger. That's only part of the story. What truly sets Tuas apart, what makes it a real game changer, is the technology. It's being built from the ground up as a smart, efficient, and sustainable system for the future. The automation here is just next level. Picture this. Massive automated cranes as tall as 12-story buildings sorting containers 24/7. You'll have drones monitoring everything from the sky, while entire fleets of driverless vehicles handle all the transport on the ground. And the workers on site, they'll be using things like augmented reality glasses for real-time data and even powered exoskeletons to help with the heavy lifting. It's straight out of science fiction. And on top of being smart, they're building it to be green. Now, ports are typically huge polluters, but Tualasa is trying to set a totally new standard. The goal is to have half of all the equipment be fully electric, with the ultimate target of hitting net zero carbon emissions by 2050. They're also thinking way, way ahead about climate change. The entire port complex has been built 5 meters above the mean sea level. That might not sound like a lot, but it's an absolutely critical design choice to protect this multi-billion-dollar investment from rising seas in the future. So, you take the insane size, the futuristic tech, the billions of dollars. What does it all add up to? Well, This is about more than just moving boxes more efficiently. This is Singapore making a play to fundamentally redraw the map of global trade. From a strategic point of view, Tuas is a power move. It's designed to lock in Singapore's position as the #1 logistics hub in the region, keeping it way ahead of tough competitors like Malaysia's Port Klang and Indonesia's Tanjung Priok. The speed and efficiency are designed to pull in more business, and for the country itself, it's expected to create tens of thousands of high-tech jobs, fueling a whole new engine for the economy. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It is an incredible story of foresight. While so many countries are just trying to figure out what to do next year, Singapore is executing a plan for the year 2040 and beyond. It's a massive, audacious bet on the future of global trade. And so that leaves us with the final hanging question. Is the Tuas Mega Port a brilliant blueprint for the future of all global ports, automated, green, and hyper-efficient? Or is it an overbuilt monument to ambition, a massive risk in a world that's constantly changing? I guess only time will tell.